Thank you.
Good afternoon. I want to thank the committee for making this honor for me, as well as all the other inductees going in. I've been on a little whirlwind here for the last year. I went into the College Football Hall of Fame in December. Became a grandfather in April. Got this call from Mr. Barnett and Doug, three-way. I missed the first one. I don't think he's there. I don't think he's there. The next, they called back and we connected. So it's been a real whirlwind for me, and I am more prouder than anything to be going into the hall for Louisiana. You know, the college thing is one thing, but home is another thing. I think I've made my mark around the league a little bit, and I'm truly happy to be going in. Thank you.
Talk about what it was like being a Cowboy, Cleveland Stadium, all those cowbells and the rabid fans, and winning football games.
Great. Going to McNeese first year, we went 12-0. That was my freshman year. Played a little freshman ball and was kind of a backup with the varsity, you know. We went 12-0, was going to play Syracuse in the Independence Bowl. We really thought we were somebody now. We put out shirts before we ever left. Sarah who? We found out who Syracuse was. You take out one big guy and they bring in another one even bigger than him. I was like, where do they grow people like this? But it was a great time there. I was listening to a coach talking about the Bulldogs. We run through Louisiana Tech. We had fun against them. In fact, we played on CBS one afternoon. They had a little wide receiver called Downtown Freddie Brown. He went downtown. I took the ball out of the air and went the other way with it. So that's supposed to be their fastest receiver. You had one up here as well. I think his name was Duper. We came up here quite often. Tried to go downtown on me with him. Same thing happened. So, and when we got to the National Football League, it was a little bit different. He had a couple of guys else to help him, but we had some great times in McNeese. Would not change it for anything. Someone asked me not too long ago, what would you do different in your career as far as making a decision to go to McNeese? I said, well, that decision came because I hurt my leg and I thought I was going to LSU and I didn't go. John McCann was still scouting, and he came by and said, oh, you just got a deep thigh bruise. You just not getting the right treatment. Sign this. So my thing is, anything I would change, when McNeese came to me with a scholarship the first time, I would have signed it then.
Your NFL experience, talk about who you played with, who your coaches were, who had the biggest influence and impressed you the most?
Well, my start came with the Cardinals. I had Coach Jim Hanifin, was a motivator, was a player's coach. A lot of guys today need someone that can talk to you, can figure out who you are and work through you. And he was one of those guys that he motivated you. You played hard for him. We didn't play hard enough for him a long enough time because he wound up getting fired because of one of the years we played so bad with the Cardinals. But he made a change with me after my rookie year. I played corner and hurt my leg, hurt my ankle. So now coming back, I had to play the slot receiver. So I had to play the best receiver on the field. And those years with the Cardinals, we had no pass rush. You know, 1001, 1002, 1003, the ball should be gone. 1012, we still rolling. So it wasn't a whole lot of pressure being put on. But that year, we going in as a rookie, we drafted Lionel Washington, who was honored here last year going in. Cedric Mack out of Baylor was another corner. We drafted so many cornerbacks and everything that the coach came to me and said, look, Leonard, I want you to move to strong safety. And I was like, what? Strong safety, you're going to be all pro at strong safety. I said, what? corner is where I've always been. He said, oh, well, you're going to always come back to corner. We're going to play you in the slot. And I would have to say, Jim Hannaford knew something, because he talked to me quietly. He didn't force it down me. He just worked with me and said, you're going to be the best. Tom Bettis was my defensive back coach. He played with Kansas City as a linebacker, went to Purdue. Great man, molded me, made me one of the better corners to be. Going to Buffalo after leaving Arizona is when life became really good. Those are you losing years with the Cardinals in St. Louis as well as Arizona. I went to Buffalo, and all of a sudden now we're in the playoffs. We're in the Super Bowls. Unfortunately, we just went there too many times and didn't win. I tried not to wear my second place rings around. Jake didn't wear his either, because we knew Kevin was going to be here with winning rings. So it stayed in the box. It's not being pulled out. But those times were some great times with the Bills as well as with the Cardinals, and it just made me a heck of a guy and a lot of great friends, and I still have those guys today.
Marv Levy, what was he like playing for him?
You needed your dictionary with Marv Levy. He would always say something that would leave you puzzled. What did he mean by that? And you had to go look it up, and it's like, oh, that's what he meant. He just didn't say it like this. It was a philosopher test that he was giving you, and you had to think about it, and it's like, okay, everybody carried dictionaries in their back pocket to analyze with the words that he was asking you. But a great motivating coach that went into the Hall of Fame himself, overcame cancer, but a motivator as a teacher. And we got some great coaches here that is that type of teachers that are going into the Hall. So when a coach can work with you and talk to you and find that little button to push on you, it's easy to play and run through any type of wall for him. And Marv Lee is one of those type of coaches as well. Yes.
How did your time at Lehigh shape?
Time at Lehigh was wonderful. Unfortunately, one of the coaches that molded me, Jim Keaton, passed away this past Father's Day. And he was a guy that even once I left Lehigh would write me letters at McNeese and telling me to continue to be the best that I can be. He's seen something in me that other coaches didn't see, but he knew I was going to turn out to something a long time before I guess I did. I was just out there running around having fun, running into things. So, but great guy. So Lehigh did a whole lot for me. Before that, it was Coach Nolan. Great coaches that I've had coming up that really took the time to work with, I guess, unbridled speed, because I was just running and jumping. I just couldn't control it. They kind of put me on a focus, so made things work a lot better. But I had a lot of great teachers that took time with me and worked with me and showed me the right way how to do things.
Leonard Smith.
Thank you.